Reverend Cullen can't do it because he's out of town, but he says Reverend Werfel is excellent.
What determines being excellent at a christening?
Knowing which one of us is the baby.
You're gonna take this seriously, right?
Hey, sorry I'm late.
You're always late.
Well, that's okay, Uncle Vincent. We know you have a tough schedule, and it's wonderful to see you whenever you can make it.
Just wait till Saturday when he's late for your christening.
It's what?
The christening. Saturday, 11 a.m. Did you forget?
No.
Oh, Jillian, did you remember to invite the Hazeltines?
The Hazeltines? I thought we hated the Hazeltines.
You're not supposed to hate people.
That's right, Lauren. And I'm sure Peter didn't mean hate.
No, I meant, love challenged.
I invited them and they're coming.
Am I in the right house? Why are we planning a christening? No one here has been inside a church since I was Ned's age.
Well, it's, it's symbolic. It's welcoming Ned into the world, to the family.
I don't think there's anything wrong with asking God to watch over him when you look at what's going on in the world today.
Amen.
Besides, it's a great excuse for a party.
Yeah.
It means that much to you guys. Go for it. But I think I'm going to pass.
Oh, Vincent, this is very important to your brother and to Jillian.
Mom, I'm not religious. I don't want to put on clothes I'd only wear on a dare and go to church, stand up in front of everybody, and feel like a hypocrite.
It's okay, Mom. We respect Vincent's feelings.
We were just going to ask him to be the godfather.
Godfather? Me? Is a navy blazer okay, or do I need a suit and tie?
Classy.
I like it when you don't shave.
That's good to know. I'm not above using stubble as a seduction tool.
Like you need one.
No, I mean for later on, when my dynamo, juggernaut, stud muffin routine is old news.
You think I only love you for your stud muffin skills?
You use the L word.
I'm sorry. Should I have waited until you have your running shoes on?
No. In fact, I've been thinking.
Where are you going?
I'll be right back.
Vincent?
I told Donna I would take this feeding. She's been up every night this week. Tonight we are serving le bottle au microwave. The chef recommends you gulp it down in 3, perhaps 4 minutes.
Don't you think this is a little strange?
What?
Well, I mean, it's wonderful to see you with a baby in sort of a bizarre flash forward to domesticity kind of a way, but that was...
Is everything okay?
Fine.
Would you mind not fighting in front of Ariadne? It's bad for her digestion.
We're not fighting.
I can feed her if there's a problem.
No, there's no problem, Donna.
I see cranky people. They're everywhere. They don't know they're cranky.
All parties are present in the matter of Colin Ingram. Colin is accused of causing the death of his 13-year-old sister, Andrea, who was shot in the head with a shotgun that Colin took from the locked gun cabinet in his father's study. Counsel.
Your Honor, those are the basic facts. I would add that the locked gun cabinet became unlocked because Colin took the key from its hiding place on the top shelf of his father's closet. So this wasn't just a case of, hey, let's play with Dad's gun. We are asking for the maximum sentence.
Your Honor, this is a horrible situation, but it's not a murder. It was a tragic accident which we plan to prove, and we will ask that the charges be dropped and that Colin Ingram be allowed to return home and begin the difficult healing process with his parents, who have suffered enough without having their remaining child taken away from them.
Thank you. Well, the two sides couldn't be further apart, and I need to hear some details, so why don't I see everyone back here
Tomorrow at 2:30.
tomorrow at 2:30. Thank you.
An abused child is dragged all over the city to tell an extremely painful story over and over again. This horrendous process causes many parents to give up long before the perpetrator has been brought to justice.
And you think Sanctuary House can prevent that?
We'd have a full-time staff to see the child through every step of the process.
Social workers, law enforcement officials, a child psychologist, and of course a prosecutor from your office, all in one location.
Much easier on the child and parents.
Ms. Gray, we can see the allure of consolidating, but the state attorney's office can't spare a single body, not with the current logjam of cases we're staring at.
Not to mention liability issues. We've concerns about possible overzealousness and false charges.
Not to mention the task of trying to find someone to run this thing.
Dr. Winston will supervise.
With Ms. Gray's assistance, of course.
What's the matter?
I'm concerned about the fact that your director is a drug addict.
No, my director is a former drug addict. I myself am a former high school student. And everyone in this room used to poop in their pants. What exactly is your point?
We'll take a look at your proposal and we'll get back with you.
Don't you think it's weird that all the ways of describing good wine are kind of revolting?
You mean like it has a long tongue?
A slight whiff of fruity sulfur with a hint of manure and walnuts. And who was the sadist who decided that lobster tasted best if you threw it into boiling water while it was still alive?
It's probably the same guy who looked at an artichoke and decided that there was something in there worth fighting for.
It's going well.
What?
Us?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I don't know. Do I need to make my case?
No. I think I have sufficient evidence.
The other day, Zach asked me, why are you always talking to Lauren's mom in the carpool lane?
Oh, no. What did you say?
Something clever, like, eat your spinach.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Point is, I don't like hiding things from him.
You think we should come out?
At least to the kids. I mean, isn't Lauren asking questions?
No, mercifully not. It's not about NSYNC or her hair. She doesn't really seem to care.
Still, I think it's time, don't you? Since we both suspect this might be going somewhere.
Telling the kids. It's a big step.
I think I'm ready.
Shouldn't we wait for a more organic time to tell them?
Like when?
Next Christmas?
Saturday looks pretty organic to me.
Oh, no.
Look, we got through the tough part. We got undressed with the lights on. Going public with the kids should be a piece of cake.
Pour me some more of that revolting wine and give me a gushy kiss, and I'll think about it.
Would you stop? It was perfect 3 drafts ago.
That was before I pulled a thread and it unraveled like a cheap suit.
I want to talk.
Uh-oh.
What?
No conversation ever started that way, and I know it'd be good for the guy.
I want to have a dinner party.
See?
I have met your family and your roommates and your coworkers, and you've never met any of my friends.
I assume that you dropped them when you met me.
And I want to have it at your place. My oven doesn't work, and I only have 2 chairs.
This is some sort of test, isn't it?
People in our predicament have parties all the time.
Our predicament?
Young, single, in love, no kids.
What about Donna and the baby?
I have talked to her already, and she is happy to make herself scarce for an evening.
You are the definition of proactive.
You could say no.
Somehow I don't believe that.
Peter, don't forget to recharge the video camera.
I don't have to.
Why?
I've hired a professional videographer.
Oh, honey, I'm going to miss the traditional 15 or 20 minutes of sideways pictures of your feet.
Why would anyone take this seriously?
Jillian, if you and Peter need a ritual, then believe me, I'm taking it seriously.
Really?
Yes, dear, I am. This is going to be very festive.
Oh, good. That must be the florist.
This late?
Yeah, he called half an hour ago. Said he was on his way. Evie. Hi.
Evie, you can't just show up without calling. We had this conversation.
I know, but I didn't think you'd want to hear this on the phone.
Hear what?
I've hired a lawyer to help me get my baby back.
You can't do that.
The adoption is final. You were there.
But that was before.
For what?
Before I tracked down Ned's father. He never got notice, and he never signed off on the adoption, so my lawyer says we have a good case. Here's her card. She'll be calling.
We have a fully executed decree. Why is that not enough to protect us against some jerk who shows up out of nowhere and claims to be the father?
Peter, let's try to stay calm.
Mother, not now.
You've done everything the state requires of adoptive parents, and you happen to have a sister with a legal background who specializes in this area. Let's not jump ahead to the full catastrophe.
Amy, are we going to lose him?
Well, strictly speaking, if the biological father wasn't informed of the adoption proceedings, then he does have certain rights.
Oh, my God. Why didn't someone tell us this could happen?
Because it's never happened in Connecticut.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, we don't panic, and first we require this guy proves paternity.
And if he does?
If DNA tests prove that this man is Ned's biological father, then we'll think about getting you guys a lawyer.
We have a lawyer.
A killer lawyer. Somebody who specializes in contested adoptions.
You think we need a killer lawyer?
If Amy says you do, then that's what we'll need.
One thing at a time. First, the issue of paternity. Okay?
Oh, God. We can't really lose him, can we?
The budget office, not wanting to waste any time when it comes to delivering bad news, is cutting back the budget for our spring vacation interns by 1/3.
Sean, I have to make a copy of an adoption file. I need you to look the other way.
No,
there's no way I can do that.
Then you need to forget this conversation.
Maxine.
They're cutting 1/3 of the spring break interns. I can listen and talk at the same time, but I won't.
Which brings me to the most pressing bad news. We are looking at yet another lawsuit. An 18-year-old former foster child says he couldn't handle the transition into the real world. Judging from the fact that that's a direct quote, I'd say he got the idea from something he read in the paper.
Well, at least there's an 18-year-old out there who's reading.
I'm glad you find that amusing, Maxine, because you're one of the caseworkers named in the lawsuit.
My partner and I arrived about 5 minutes after we got the dispatch from 911.
Was there anything that impressed you about Colin Ingram's behavior at the time?
He was eerily calm.
Objection, Your Honor.
As a paramedic, Mr. Pasqua is well qualified to comment on state of mind.
Sustained. Let's just stick to the facts, Mr. Pasqua. Thank you.
We found the body of a 13-year-old female in the basement. We checked her vitals and determined that she was deceased.
Did you attempt to resuscitate her?
The gunshot wound was, most of her head was just gone, Your Honor.
Was there anyone else in the basement?
Another young girl who identified herself as a friend of the victim.
And was this friend also calm?
No. She was hysterical, and she kept screaming, he shot her, he shot her.
And that's the sort of behavior you would expect under the circumstances, correct?
Objection, leading. Sustained.
While the sister's friend was screaming hysterically and the sister was lying dead on the floor, what was Colin Ingram doing?
He was sitting in a chair in the corner.
Was he paying attention to what you and the other emergency technicians were doing?
No. He was playing with a video game.
I'm just saying, how does it change my life if there's water on Mars? And wouldn't it be nice if we fed the people on this planet before we went off looking for other planets to screw up?
I'm sorry, but this from the woman who just spent her inheritance on an SUV?
So you could have sent that money to starving kids on Mars.
Louise is writing a Annie Lamott type book on the everyday sacred.
Oh, you know, how to find God at the car wash.
Oh, yeah. Does God opt for the air freshener?
You didn't tell us he was funny.
So what you working on now, Vincent?
Scientific research into writer's block.
Hi.
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 Everyone, this is, that's my roommate, Donna.
I'm so sorry. I was supposed to stay at the mall until it closed, but Ariadne's teething and she was crying so loud the security guard asked us to leave. Believe me, if I had anywhere else to go, I would. It's just my mother doesn't really like me, and Oscar's mother's dead because he killed her. So you just enjoy your party. Don't give this a second thought. But if it's convenient to everyone, please whisper. Good night.
More profiteroles? Anyone?
Glad I caught you.
You just cannot stay away from this place, can you? Is it the allure of lead paint and floor polish and bad coffee?
I got a boomerang case from last year. A kid can't keep himself in the foster home.
Yeah, just when you thought you were out.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I got 15 whole minutes. Want to get some coffee?
I can't. And Saturday's no good. For taking the kids out for pizza and telling them about us.
Oh, I got myself all steeled up. Why?
Oh, Zach's got some big school project he's working on. Maybe next week.
Sure. Why are we so nervous about this?
I'm not.
Well, Tom, they're 8. What are they going to do? Forbid it? Hey.
Oh.
Boy is riding with Sabu. Boy is riding with Sabu. Into town in his canoe. Into town in his canoe. Six Sabu is rowing and sneezing. Achumamu, 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 achumamu. Achumamu, 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 achumamu. Hip for chewing on bamboo. Hip for chewing on bamboo. Dancing boy and Sabu. Dancing boy and Sabu. Sabu is rowing and crying.
Hey, come on in. We're teaching Ariadne how to be infantile.
Vincent, can I see you in the bedroom, please? Okay, I've had it.
Well, I hope you didn't give it to me. Is this about the dinner party? Because I thought it went great. I mean, I liked your friends. They seemed to like me.
Vincent, I did things a little bit backwards. I fell in love with you before I bothered to ask if your primary relationship was with another woman and her baby.
Look, if you knew Donna, I mean, it just sort of happened.
Look, you are being a really great friend to her. She's a single mom. And that's great. And maybe it's small of me. But you have this family, and extended family, and family you're not even related to. And I can't help but wonder if there's room for me in such a crowded life. That's all.
When you stole your father's key and opened his gun cabinet and took the gun, what was your plan?
I don't know.
Well, surely you must have had a plan to go to that much trouble.
I guess I was gonna scare them.
Your sister and her friend.
I need you to answer out loud, Mr. Ingram.
I guess so.
How are you going to scare them?
You know.
I need you to tell me.
Sneak up on them.
You're going to sneak up on them with a gun?
I guess so.
Would it scare your sister to see you with a gun? Would she have any reason to think that you'd shoot her?
I don't know.
Mr. Ingram, I'm getting very tired of I don't know, and I guess so. The court needs to know what happened in your basement that night.
I shot my sister.
Your Honor, my client cannot be required to incriminate himself.
He's already admitted to the act, Miss Bishop. What I'm looking for now is some sense of motivation.
I was just goofing around. I was bored. It was dark in their basement. They were watching a movie, so the lights were turned off.
What happened when your sister saw you?
She screamed.
And then what happened?
She scared me. I jumped and I guess I pulled the trigger.
Mr. Ingram, your tone puzzles me. You're telling the story as if you're recounting an everyday event. How do you feel about shooting your sister?
I don't know.
Rondell Taft was out of state. And since the adoption notice only appeared in Connecticut newspapers, he's only recently become aware of his son's existence.
He became aware when Evie Martell tracked him down so she could pull this stunt.
Mr. Gray, as your attorney will no doubt inform you, when or how Mr. Taft became aware of his son's existence is irrelevant. Now we have the results of the paternity suit, which were positive. You're free to request an independent test. My clients have no problem with that.
Your client willingly surrendered her parental rights.
Evie, why are you doing this? We give Ned the best possible home. He's happy. We're the only parents he's known.
That's only true because he hasn't had a chance to know us.
And I'm sure you'll be a delightful role model.
Like, you have no right to my son just because you're rich.
If you were so concerned, why did you abandon your pregnant girlfriend?
We're his parents. No one can love him as much as we do.
How much did you love him when you agreed to hand him over?
I thought Rondell wouldn't support me.
Oh, that is such a pile of bull.
Peter, calm down.
I'll be damned if I'm going to calm down when someone's trying to take my son away from me.
Well, Mr. Gray, he's not your son. That's the point.
We'll have to let a judge make that decision.
Evie, please. We've always treated you kindly and fairly. Please don't do this to us.
And what about everything we invested? Your doctor's bills and supporting you all that time?
See? It's about the money. That's how they think.
Well, at least someone is thinking.
Mr. Gray, get control of yourself.
She broke her promise.
He's our son. We want him back.
I'm not prepared to face life. I can't keep no job. I can't keep no girlfriend.
And that's our fault.
I never got no religious training neither.
Oh, please. I'm the lawyer, Maxine. Let me do the interjecting.
Gerard is telling you what he lacks due to the negligence of DCF.
It is not part of the department's job to train foster children for the priesthood.
Gerard, during his high school years, lived with 5 separate foster families. 2 Democrat, 2 Republican, and 1 Libertarian.
I don't know what to believe about politics or religion. I got no grounding like in society.
Then, 1 year ago, DCF threw him out into the street with $250 and said, "We're done with you. You're on your own."
And you intend to sue DCF for $1 million because...
Gerard is stunted. Emotionally, physically, intellectually, and spiritually. You people let him down. If you don't think that's going to play in front of a jury, you're nuts.
Well, let's not assume this has to go in front of a jury.
What? You mean settle?
No, no one said settle.
Maxine.
I remember you, Gerard Kissy. I remember a lot that a jury might find interesting. You are stunted because you preferred huffing paint to eating. And we did not move you from one foster family to another. You persistently ran away from them or stole from them or, in one memorable case, masturbated into the laundry. I set up counseling sessions, which you skipped. I personally ensured that you made it to school so that you would not be expelled for truancy. And do you know why? Because I had hopes that if you could just make it through your teen years, you might turn into a decent human being. But here you are looking for a shortcut, as usual. And as usual, you are coming up short. And if you think we can't make that play in front of a jury, then you're the one who's nuts.
Settle that case would have turned this office into a soup kitchen for every former foster kid holding a grudge. I'm trying to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Damn it, Maxine. To keep asking me to get you a state's attorney for Sanctuary House is asking me to help you leave DCF, which is not in my best interest. I didn't drag you out of retirement to work for somebody else.
Somebody else? It's the children, Jim. It's all for the children.
Mr. Ingram, I've heard nothing that indicates to me that the gun might have gone off accidentally. Nor have I heard anything that would explain why you would purposely shoot your sister. There's no motive. And yet you seem determined to show me that you are completely indifferent to her death. Counsel, my chambers, please. Seriously trying to think of a way to recuse myself in this case. I'll find an excuse for a mistrial.
Your Honor, on what grounds?
Colin Ingram should have been charged as an adult in criminal court.
Jeopardy's attached. It's too late to try him as an adult.
I'm aware of that, Miss Bishop. I'm venting.
Your Honor, I looked into moving this case into criminal court, but Colin Ingram has no previous criminal record, nor is there any indication of deviant behavior.
Neither our psychiatric workup nor the prosecution's go so far as to label Colin Ingram a psychopath.
So I have a boy in his mid-teens who apparently gunned down his younger sister in cold blood and shows absolutely no remorse. In criminal court, he could have pled diminished capacity and been incarcerated until he was no longer a threat. The best I can do is put him away for 4 years. And frankly, I'm concerned that he'll still be a danger to society after that. Thank you, counsel. You're thinking I can't recuse myself just because it's a tough case.
It is a tough case.
You're thinking it's before the juvenile court and the juvenile court has to deal with it.
You will have to deal with it.
My worst case scenario, gets out in 4 years and goes on a killing spree.
That would be a bad scenario.
If I could just see some hint of humanity in the boy. A child kills another child, I expect to see some glimmer of pain, some trace of humanity. This last paragraph sounds a little pedantic.
Really? Because I was going for extremely pedantic. This is my new approach. You make the audience feel they must be stupid if they don't like it. See, I can still make you laugh.
It's never been a question of how I feel about you. God, how do you think I feel being jealous of a poor, lonely, single mother?
Look, you're not completely wrong. Donna is a lot tougher than people think. But it's not just Donna, is it? Look, you know I'm a runner. I bail out whenever anything becomes too difficult, but I'm not doing that. I want to make this work. I believe it can work, and I'm willing to stick around and fight for it. That is a huge step for me. Now, if that means nothing to you, then I'll have to accept that. But don't tell me I'm not trying, because I am. Tell me, what can I do?
Go to couples therapy with me?
10 seconds to air.
Good evening and welcome to Slice of Life. Tonight we welcome back author Vincent Gray.
Winter in their town was not just a season, it was a culture, complete with tradition and rules and moral guidelines. Optimism was not socially acceptable. Hey.
Hi. Did you change your mind again?
I wanted to talk to you.
Okay. You want coffee or something?
No. No. Look, this is hard.
Wow. Okay. I hate this conversation already.
I was all prepared to tell Zach about us. But first, I called his mom, Leslie, just to make sure we were on the same page.
Right.
And we started talking, Leslie and I. I guess I lost my nerve.
Oh. Well, maybe it's too soon to tell the kids.
I didn't count on how hard it would be.
Well, like I said, we don't have to rush anything.
I told her about us. And Leslie started crying. And we started talking. The reason Les and I split up in the first place was because we were living a lie. And we didn't want Zach to grow up in that environment. But we got married way too young. We didn't give each other a chance. When things started to get bad, we just bailed out. We didn't take the time to think about it.
Just say what you're saying. You don't want to go forward with any of this? Wait, you're getting back together with your wife?
And I'm not moving in, but we're going to try counseling.
Okay, sure.
And I can't commit to that if I'm seeing someone else.
Right.
It's not like I have strong feelings for her, not the way I have for you.
Don't say that.
It's all about being a grown-up. And sometimes that means giving up what you want in order to do the right thing.
So you're dumping me because you really want me?
I'm not dumping you.
Do you love her?
I don't know. Do you love me?
There was somebody else.
I know.
No. No, you don't know. I liked him. I heard him. I chose you.
I don't know what to say to that.
Well, look, this conversation is making me feel ridiculous, so can you just go?
I can go.
What should we talk about?
I've been wondering that myself. I mean, should we start with the big stuff and work our way down, or should we start small and build up?
I guess that depends on whether she's an inductive therapist or a deductive therapist.
Let's see.
That's why I love you. Hardly anybody else in the world would think that's even remotely funny. Like what?
Like what?
If we were to start with the big stuff, what would that be? I mean, besides this thing with Donna.
Well, I guess it would be my concern that you've tied your life to your family while I want the whole world.
I want the whole world. I mean, I like my family. I think that you would like them too if you gave them a chance.
I had enough trouble breaking free of my own family, thank you.
See, I think we should bring up all of that. The way your feelings about your family mess up the way you see my family.
God, that could be true.
And you may have a point about the size of life stuff.
I don't want you to cut your family off completely. I just need options.
What kind of options?
Well, for one, the option of not going to this christening.
You don't want to go? You don't have to go. I mean, I thought it would be nice, but it's not a deal breaker. You're uninvited.
Thank you. But if I did decide to go, of my own volition, what should I wear?
All right, Carol Toby and Vincent Gray.
Thanks. We don't need you anymore.
Thanks for use of your waiting room.
I'm still going to have to charge you.
Mr. Southam? Are you lying in wait for me?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I pull some strings, and you will be provided with a prosecuting attorney for Sanctuary House.
Thank you, James.
Don't thank me. I'm pissed.
Colin, do you have anything to say before I sentence you?
Speak to the judge, Colin.
Colin, this is your chance. If this was an accident, you have to explain it to me. This will be your last chance to do so. If you don't take this opportunity to explain it, I'm going to have to assume it's because it wasn't an accident.
Colin, please.
I don't have anything to say.
Fine. In the matter of the state of Connecticut versus the minor Colin Ingram, I find Colin delinquent and the cause of Andrea Ingram's wrongful death. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Okay. I am therefore committing Colin to DCF until his 18th birthday and recommending incarceration at Long Lane.
Is that prison?
It's as close as I can get.
Well, only until I'm 18?
Your Honor.
It's all right, Miss Bishop.
No, that's not enough. That's only 4 years. I shot her. I shot her with the gun. I took the key and I unlocked the cabinet. And I shot her. It doesn't matter whether it was an accident. I killed her. I killed her with the gun. I killed her, okay? I mean, the gun, it was loud and I couldn't hear anything. And I thought it was smoke, but it was blood. It was smoke coming from Andrea's head. I shot her! I shot my sister!
Colin, did you know the gun was loaded?
No! You guys should kill me. You guys should hang me or just shoot me in the heart or something. I don't want to live.
And they brought young children to him that he should touch them, and his disciples rebuked those that brought them. But when Jesus saw it, he was much displeased, and said unto them, Suffer the little children to come unto me, for such is the kingdom of God. You know, this is a joyous occasion. You're allowed to smile. Who is sponsoring this child?
My brother, Vincent Gray.
Don't worry, I'll give him back.
You're not the one I'm worried about.
As this child's godfather, it's your responsibility to ensure he gets good religious training. Do you make this solemn promise to his parents?
Vincent.
To the best of my ability, yes.
Name this child?
Edward Matthew Gray.
Through the sacrament of baptism, we are initiated into Christ's holy church. Edward Matthew Gray, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. As a representative of the church, I would like to welcome Ned to our community. Is there anyone in the family who'd like to say something?
You're still sure this is what you want to hear?
Yes.
It's not a little close to the bone under the circumstances?
They're good words.
Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not of you. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday.
All the logic slips away. There ain't another word that you can say. At the falling of another perfect day. This is the falling of another perfect day.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, a woman's killer may be closer than detectives imagined. Solve the case with Law and Order, next on TNT.